is CNN Breaking News.
Let's get to our guest now. Peter Mathews, he's a political analyst and professor of political science at Cypress College. Steve Moore is a CNN law enforcement contributor and retired supervisory special agent of the FBI, so we'll want your point of view as well. They join us now both from Los Angeles. Let's start with this basic fact for viewers who are maybe just getting into this story. Andrew McCabe was not in the office of the FBI. So this is not about removing somebody who's in the office and you say they're not good for the FBI. He's already not there. And by the end of the weekend, he was going to be fully retired and officially retired from the FBI. So, Peter, what's the point of firing him?
The point is to really stick it to him in the eye, because Trump has been out to get him, and Sessions is an ally of Trump, and they decide 2 days before he retires, get him out so he wouldn't get the retirement fully. And this is a real problem, because the president, you know, is a political figure. He should be staying out of this, and yet he's been attacking McCabe all along while the rule of law was going through with the actual apparatus of the OIG's office. There should have been a separation between the OIG's office and what the president was saying about McCabe, and that wasn't done. That was not going on.
Well, Steve, let me ask you a question, your point of view as a former member of the FBI. I mean, the FBI looked into this, and it was FBI career officials who determined after that internal Justice Department review that McCabe should be dismissed. So that, I guess that's their ground for saying this is not political. What do you make of that?
Well, listen, leaving all political issues aside, the reality is in the FBI there are two toxic things. There are a shortfall of candor during an investigation and getting involved in politics or talking to the press. McCabe is alleged to have done both of those. I can tell you that I've done some OPR investigations, at least a couple, and what I tell
people— Those are the internal review investigations of which Mr. McCabe was the subject.
Exactly, their Office of Professional Responsibility. When you do that, I can remember the first day in the FBI, they said, if you're going to cheat the FBI, hit us for $25 million, not for 25 cents, because we'll fire you for either. Anytime there is a shortfall of candor, which means not just giving wrong information, but not fully explaining things that the investigator should know, you're gone. It's over. There's no question. Ask any of the 12,000 agents out there, and they will know the term shortfall of candor.
So it's interesting what you're saying. You're saying, forget the optics of this. Yes, he's fired just before his official retirement. Yes, given the context, it can appear to be political. But you're saying, in any circumstance, if anybody is not candid with an internal review, they're out.
It's over. It's not even a question. I would start my interviews with, what I'm investigating possibly might get you fired, but if you lie to me, I will fire you, you will be fired. And so,
but do we know, are we sure that he was not candid? Can we trust that assessment?
Well, it's the Office of Professional Responsibility. They're the honor guard for the entire FBI. You would have to believe that the entire OPR is now corrupted. And really, where do you stop? I mean, it would be everybody in the FBI. And you know that old thing, you know, a paranoid person might be being followed? Well, yeah, maybe there was. I'm not saying yes or no, but even if there was some type of plan to get rid of him, he still handed it to him on a silver platter. If he didn't provide all the information or misled the agents in any way, shape, or form, he's fireable whether or not anybody believes it's political.
Okay, but as against that, I want to read our viewers some of the tweets which explain why there are obvious questions about whether or not this was political. Catherine, let's put up the tweets from July 2017. These are tweets from the president, Mr. Trump. Why didn't Attorney General Sessions replace acting FBI Director Andrew McCabe, a Comey friend who was in charge of Clinton investigation but got big dollars, $700,000, for his wife's political run from Hillary Clinton and her representatives drain the swamp? So we know that Donald Trump wanted Andrew McCabe out. Peter, to you, are you in doubt as to whether this was political, whether this was really McCabe is out on a technicality?
I think there's a little bit of both, but certainly there's politics involved here. And, you know, McCabe's wife ran for state senate. She had every right to do so. She raised the money. I've always been a critic of dollar democracy, of big money chasing campaigns. But in this case, it was, but in this case, it was legal. And the fact is, there's a lot of politics involved here because the president got so heavy-handedly involved. That was the real problem, in my view, when it comes to American democracy and the rule of law principle.
Yeah, we're really on the line on this one. We'll need to keep looking at the context and the background of this. Listen very much. Peter Mathews, Steve Moore, thank you very much, both of you, for joining the show. Thanks.
Thank you.